Why do parents give each other the worst advice?
That's true. And actually, the following thing, if I could only give one advice to parents, which is the irony of this video, this would be it. Don't listen to advice. I am furious often talking to other parents and how they give us, but also other totally separate parents advice. And
The audacity.
The audacity. And there's so many reasons, and we're gonna quickly walk through a few of the reasons why you should not listen to advice and what you should do instead.
La 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 la.
We have 3 wild boys, and there's like someone who has like a 6-month-old baby girl, and they give us like toddler advice. And I'm like,
what are you even talking about?
If you have one child who's a girl who's like barely
doesn't even
crawling,
count. Are you even a parent?
Well, you are a parent, but it just doesn't mean that you should be giving freely advice.
If you have less than 2 boys, I don't want to hear your advice. I'm sorry. We are not living in the same reality.
And the irony of this video is probably you shouldn't listen to us either. But if you're new to the channel, let's first introduce ourselves. I'm Tero.
I'm Cora.
And we are a Finnish-American family. We have 3 young boys. And that's our lived experience. And we live in Austin, Texas, and spend our summers in Europe, and we travel a lot. And we have all kinds of explored alternative parenting methods. And we've tried to put an effort on figuring out how to parent better. We're far from perfect. But for example, you did home births.
I did.
Which is not normal, I guess, less common.
We did home births.
I guess, I was the doula. And we've spent a lot of time and effort on, you read a lot of books. I listen to podcasts and education. And after that, I don't think we have a clue either. But it's really infuriating for people who've done no homework and no research and have like 1 child, or even if they have 5 kids, is like saying that this is how it is every time, like with authority.
If anyone says you know what you should do, you just run away.
Pretty much, that's actually a great signal. Every kid is different. We have 3 kids, genetically they're the same, so to say, they've had very similar upbringings. They're all totally different.
Completely different.
Situations are different. Like with 1 kid, we were sick a lot, or this and that. And like that could, like you could have death of a family member, like maybe you don't have money. It's easy, some people that are really rich give you advice and like, oh, you should do this, get the night nurse, and it's $10K a month. And it's like, oh, maybe it's not in the cards, right?
I like the quote your brother said. Can you say that quote?
I don't remember what he said.
Oh my gosh. He said, when people give him advice, he's like, what do you have a sample size of 1? Like, what are you even talking about? Even sample size, what could you, maybe sample size of 5, you've had 5 kids, even so, would you take any advice in a medical literature that has sample size of 5?
Yeah, it is
be
small.
Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ego involved too, because I feel like us parents feel like we're not doing enough and we're not good enough. And there's a certain amount of people who to take that insecurity with the opposite, and they have this hubris of like knowing how it is, where deep inside they're very insecure about their parenting or how they were parented. And you can spot some of those patterns when they say it's like, well, how I was brought up is like, that comes from a bias because I was brought up that way. That's a great way to come.
So it's a reaction.
It's a reaction to a parenting, and it can go positive, like, because I was brought that way and I turned out fine. Like, what does that mean? Like, that proves nothing. Or there's like, I was brought that way and that's not the way to bring it up because I had trauma or problems. That's also kind of a weird way to look at it. So,
because your child's not the same as you.
Yeah, and the situation is not the same. And maybe even if it was like good, maybe there's a better way to do it. And same with products. People love to share advice. Like, you have to get this stroller because it's the best stroller. Like, how many strollers did you try?
They literally only used 1 stroller.
Although one of your friends did buy like 9 strollers.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
There are exceptions, I guess, to the rule. But generally, like, they got 1 stroller. It's the best stroller. And you have to get this. This is the best
and
thing
then they
ever.
send you their Amazon link.
Yes. Is that you?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But it is the best stroller. The Doona is the best stroller. I'm sorry.
For our needs, because we travel a lot and we're mobile, but if you're home a lot and you don't travel and it's not the best car seat, it's not the best stroller.
No.
It's actually a bad car seat and a bad
mediocre at
stroller.
best.
But if you want to be compact, it's the best. So again, like, our situation is not your situation, so don't listen to us either.
Yeah, you need disclaimers. But also, I think people think that their kid's behavior is a reaction to them. So they want to pretend that their kid's perfect, because otherwise it makes them look like they are not as great of a parent. So people's memory of how their kid behaved can be totally false. Oh, my kid slept through the night from the moment they were born.
They definitely did not.
False. There's no way.
Which is actually one of the other reasons why you shouldn't listen to parents is parents forget. When they have brain
So
fog.
easy. Yeah.
And
It's evolutionary, right?
I guess so. And I also noticed that, like, you evolve as a parent. So, like, there's certain things that I think are the same or different that might not be true. Like, I was way tougher on our oldest kid. And, like, with the youngest right now, like, I'm a lot softer with him.
That's normal. I think that's standard.
Yeah, but then, like, in your head,
Because you're worried as a parent. You're like helicopter parenting the first, probably.
Yeah, but in my head, in my advice, if someone's like, oh, what advice would you give? I probably would not always acknowledge that part either. So don't listen to advice. If somebody gives you advice, I would generally, my tips there would be, again, I acknowledge the irony, is smile and wave, like that Madagascar movie with the penguins. Thank you. Thanks for the advice. There's no point of arguing or something.
I would say yes, but what's your kid's rising sign and what's their human design?
Yeah.
And then I would translate it with also
It's
the
Sag.
Chinese New Year.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. The position knows. What's the North Node?
What's their North Node, right?
That's really key.
Yeah.
Everybody's always about the
South.
horoscope and the rising, but what even the moon
Their
and the
wound. What's
Yes.
your wound?
Yes. But there is some thematic patterns that do occur. It doesn't mean those patterns are true for you, but also completely ignoring multi-generations of, like, best practices and advice, especially from credible people like
Dr.
we love
Becky.
Yeah, we love Montessori, what Maria Montessori taught.
WWMS. WWMD.
I wouldn't know. Point being is there are
What would
thematic
meditate?
patterns that do occur.
Yes.
They might not be true for your child, but it's good to be aware of those patterns. So even somebody gives you advice that this is true, I wouldn't listen to it. But it's good to be aware of certain developmental patterns or health stuff or, like, tips and tricks, to be aware of them. And they're like tools in your toolbox. You don't have to use them, but you know that, like, if you need the hammer, it's right there.
Not literally. We're not saying hammer your child, right?
Yeah.
No, but I have read almost all the parenting books, and it is funny because all the truths are the same, actually. There is some advice that is actually always true, and people always release a new book. Like, I love Dr. Becky, but when you read Good Inside, it's literally all the same stuff that Faber was saying before, and the no bad kids, and the siblings without rivalry. Like, all the greats always had it.
And I would soften that up, is like, even that might not work for your child and your situation, or it might work for one child but not the next one. But it's good to be aware of the patterns and acknowledge them, and then you can even try them. Like, I love Instagram has a lot of, like, play tips with active kids, like tossing them and doing these exercises. Try them. Like, don't assume they're true, but, like, be open-minded and test them. So smile and wave, try to figure out what's the thematic patterns, to be aware of them, relevant or not, and then be open-minded to test stuff. But generally, don't listen to other parents.
I like the idea of making a family crest and having your rules of your family, kind of like what you stand for.
Yes.
And then let that be your guide of how you parent.
Yeah, and you're gonna mess up as a parent, you're gonna mess up one way or the other. But if you're conscious about something that is sacred to you that you don't want to mess up in, as like the North Star, or try to break a family pattern of behavior from your lineage, doing that consciously is a great effort. And then, like, the other stuff will happen and you'll mess up somewhere else, but it was something that was important to you.
Yeah, you're definitely going to give your kids trauma.
Oh yeah.
Right? Unavoidable.
Yeah. But then you repair.
But then you pay for therapy.
Hopefully that was helpful. It's something that we've learned And again, I understand the irony that we're giving you advice to, and the advice is don't listen to advice, but this is what we experience as parents, right? Mm-hmm. If you enjoyed this content, like and subscribe. And we want to thank our sponsor, Four Sigmatic. Four Sigmatic is the original mushroom coffee brand, and they make all kinds of coffee. This is whole bean, but there is ground coffee, instant coffee, pods, Nespresso, this and that. Also non-coffees, caffeine-free teas, creamers, protein powders. And they all have mushrooms and adaptogens. And why are mushrooms and adaptogens awesome for parents?
Because they get you back to you.
Ooh, that's meta. They help with immune health, which you get, both kids and you get sick a lot, maybe.
Yes.
Gut health, but also brain fog. The most popular product is called Focus, and it helps with mental clarity and energy. As parents, we definitely need that. And for example, the coffees are easy to take. You're not gonna taste amazing, unlike many other mushroom coffees on the market. I'm biased, but
it's not gonna taste amazing?
No, it does taste amazing. Unlike many other TikTok mushroom coffees taste like mud.
Names. I know, they taste like mud. No names, but.
So, tastes great. Enjoy a cup of coffee, feel better as a parent. And if you disagree about anything we said, feel free to
fight you
in the comments. So we'll see you in the next video.
Okay.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.